Hi, Leo. Congrats on the win. This team is now 20-2 in the regular season when you try at least 6 shots from the field. So, what does it mean to have that kind? What does it mean to you to have that kind of impact in the game? And what has allowed you to break out of your offensive shell a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that everybody wants me to be aggressive, so I'm trying to do that. Just reading the defense, what they give me, and any given night. And if that helps the team, that's great.
How did you all tighten up defensively, especially after giving up 27 points in that first quarter?
Just being more physical, being in passing lanes, being really physical in the screening action, switching a little bit more in order to be aggressive, and just, also being a little bit more on the boards.
Going against someone like AT, you know who's going to suffer stat sheet and uses rates are high. Just what's the goal with her when just trying to limit her through 4 quarters?
Yeah, probably making her score more than assist, because that gets the other ones going. But yeah, it's hard to, she has the ball a lot in the offense. She's a really good player, so it's hard to stop that kind of player. But we tried our best, and she scored a little bit more than usually, I think. So it was good for us, worked out.
With a team that is led by AT, typically they sort of embody her physicality. In Connecticut, that was a very physical team. This is a very physical team too. How do you think that you all, I guess, were able to counter that or match what they were showing you?
Yeah, I think for us it's sometimes we get a bit caught up with shooting threes and just from the outside, and we really have to get in the paint and draw some fouls because otherwise they're not going to call it. So I think we did a little bit of a better job in the second half. And they just play with a big rotation so they can get that physical, and they have enough strength and energy to do that, and that makes them a really good team. But I think we played a little bit more physical in the second half than them, and that really helped us.
21 second chance points, which is a season high for you guys. What was an area that you were able to exploit on Phoenix? Because it was 8 offensive rebounds, but you talk about being physical, and how important was that against this team?
Yeah, JJ helps, having her in the paint. She's just a big body. She knows where to be, and she's really aggressive on the board, so that helps for sure. And just, trusting the process of getting each other open. And on the second chance point, when the defense is not set, it's just easier for us.
How does this season feel different for you compared to last season when you were kind of adjusting to WNBA play?
I'm definitely not getting the rookie calls anymore, I think. That helps, but just understanding my teammates better, the system we play, what kind of shots we want, how we want to defend, just overall being more comfortable.
How were you able to slow down Satu tonight? I mean, you know her so well. Is it more just her working her way back from injury still, or were you guys doing something else that you pick up on?
Yeah, I think she's still working back from that ankle injury. She, was trying to get back into it, but we were super physical with her, and when you come back from an injury, it's just hard to go against physicality.
Leo, during her availability, Sabrina said about you, quote, "For us, she's a huge player, not even a role player. She's a key piece to why this works for us. She's so smart, she plays the right way." What does it mean to have established that sort of trust and reputation among a player like Sabrina?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's really good to hear that, but also I understand that we have a team with really great players, and then any given night they can step up, and we're happy for anybody who's going to perform and who's going to help us to win. So it's nice to hear that, but I'm also would be really happy for any other player to be in that position.
I want to ask you about Kennedy Burke's defense, considering how she did against Alyssa and Satu. Can you talk about Kennedy Burke and how she played in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, the challenge we took there with her just grabbing, the ball out of Satu's hands, she's just really good at that. She has really good timing on defense, really disruptive, really physical. I just love to play defense out there with her. We understand each other really well, can switch everything, and yeah, just love her on defense.
I won't throw too many numbers at you, but right now you are far and away the most efficient shooter in the league. Is that something that you're aware of or that you pay attention to at all?
Not really. Just trying to get the ball in the basket.
Leo, I'm curious, Stewie had a rough outing shooting the ball, but from being on the floor with her, what, I guess, are you seeing and feeling from her, even when she's not scoring the ball at a high level?
Yeah, Stewie's always going to do whatever the team needs, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's very disruptive on the defensive end, on the boards. She's helping us getting second chance points. She's so long, so she's doing it even though maybe she's going to miss some layups or some threes, like she's impacting the game.
So Phoenix seemed like they were a little softer on Sabrina, less trapping than maybe the first two games. I'm wondering, just from any player's perspective, why having JJ back might make a team, less apt to trap her and stuff like that.
Yeah, JJ's a force wherever she's on the floor, right? She can shoot a three, she can create for others, she can get downhill like she did in the second half. So those two together in a pick and roll is just really, really, really tough to guard.
How do you maybe, if at all, benefit, off of that? From JJ's return, and then now they have the two-man game.
Yeah, it opens up the floor for sure because they have to help in. They have to help somehow. So, and JJ's a really good passer too. So just her making good decisions always helps us.
Leah, it also was Pride Night, and there was just a lot going on in the arena. I don't know how much you all are able to notice what's going on, like with the rainbow fans and just a lot going on. I just want to know, have you ever played overseas with anything sort of like this, this type of theme night for Pride? And if so, what does it sort of feel like?
For sure not. We don't really have that overseas. I think the organization does a really good job of getting these theme nights. It's not only the Pride night, it's, I think it's a sneakerhead night or any other event. I feel like it gets people get really excited to come to the game, and they're always loud, and it's just good atmosphere, and I just love to be in that kind of atmosphere and play for them.
Real quick, just besides the X's and O's, how much does going out to a pottery class with Breanna Stewart kind of help you guys on a night like tonight when you're down by 12 points? How was that experience for you, and how much does that team bonding kind of like help you guys out?
Yeah, I don't think it specifically helped us out today, but in general, we just have really good team chemistry. And we always enjoy being around each other and doing stuff like the pottery class. It's really cool that Stewie organized it and we were all part of it. We just had fun together.
There was a bit of a lid on the basket for you guys at the start of the game, but you were very intentional about getting downhill, drawing those fouls, and that kind of helped you tread water a little bit while you were trying to get those shots to fall. How do you make that adjustment in game to know, okay, shots not falling, we need to be the aggressors here?
Yeah, I think it's a goal from all of us, and Stewie and Tosh, they make sure to remind us every now and then to just we got to get into the paint for them to call fouls or to get easy points, right? Or just cuts, like drawing kick, like easy stuff for us, so we don't have to work for it that much. And I think sometimes we just settle too much for the three.
Brian?
It felt like early on, AT was forcing a lot of switches, making the guards switch onto her a lot in the post. And it felt like as the game progressed, you guys were able to sort of like shut that off a little bit. Just how did you think the defense sort of like picked up to make things a little bit more challenging for her throughout the night?
Yeah, as you said, like we picked up the defense, we were pressuring more. I think JJ did an amazing job on her and just making it really tough for her with her length. And then just all of us just fighting through screens so we don't have to switch that much. Yeah.
They sort of saw this game for themselves as a measuring stick. I know you guys had lost the first two games. They were, like, circumstances contributed to it, but how do you think a win like this against a contender sort of like gives you guys the extra boost as you start preparing for the road next week?
Yeah, honestly, for me, I think it was more of a must-win because they won the first two, and we were not going to lose another one against them. And if we want to win it in the end, we have to win against anybody. So for me, that was more the mentality that we went in the game with, and but that's how we approach every game.
You talk about how great Jonquil is to kind of keep it overseas. Jonquil is going to Fenerbahce this season, and then with Valencia, you might see her in the EuroLeague. So have you had any conversations about that potential matchup?
Just talking some shit, But she's going there, I think, only in January or later, so we might have a chance, because we have them in our group. So that's good that we don't meet her that early.
One player that's also going to be over there, Raquel Carrera. Maybe do you want to share some words about Liberty fans that may not know what she can provide possibly in the future for Liberty?
Yeah, I played last season with Raquel, and she's a player with a really high IQ. She understands basketball. She can play the 4, the 5. She's mobile, versatile. She can pass the ball. Just love to be out there on the court when she's healthy with her, and I'm excited for next season.
I just asked you about being able to get back on the Mercury, which is clearly seeing for and how that was.
No, I mean, I thought that, aside from the first quarter, we came out and played the style that we really wanted to. Phoenix is tough. And when they move the ball really, really well, it's hard to guard. But we were able to kind of give them a taste of our own medicine, push the ball in transition, get stops, get rebounds, and get out. And JJ and Sab really were dominant from the perimeter and also the paint.
Did today kind of feel like the first time you played Phoenix? I mean, you guys were missing plays one time you guys played, and then they were missing plays the other time. So was today kind of like a reset?
I mean, I don't know. I still remember playing them the first 2 times. But I think, now we're really settling into our roster and what we have, and just making sure we build from there. We know that, starting today, we go into this kind of crazy stretch of games, and it's good to see everybody stepping up a little bit.
Did you expect all the cross matching on both ends today? Or
From
offense, defense, just regarding, there was just a ton of cross matching on both
like
ends.
us or them or both?
Both ways, yeah.
Well, I kind of expected it because the last time Westbell guarded JJ, right? And I know she wasn't in the game long because she got hurt. But then for us, we wanted to keep, length on AT. But then they have big guards as well, so we're kind of just guarding whoever, and we have similar styles of play. So trying to maintain matchups, but also not overreacting to their ball screens, their flares, all that type of stuff.
You still had like 8 rebounds and 6 assists and stuff, but wasn't your best scoring night. Are you just like fatigued from the past week that you've had, or or was it just one of those nights?
Yeah, I mean, I think that listen, I don't want to just give an excuse of being fatigued and stuff like that, because we did have 2 days off, to kind of prepare for this. But I just got to get my legs kind of back underneath me, and I don't know how I'll do that with the back-to-back tomorrow, but I'll figure it out. And we have a team that's unselfish, so it's about doing the winning plays. And when the ball isn't going in the basket for me, I have other things that can impact the game.
Breanna's team is now 20-2 in the regular season when Leonie Fiebich tries at least 6 shots from the field. So what can you say about the way she's broken out of her offensive shell, and how does it benefit this group?
Yeah, I would say probably, I don't even know, the week before All-Star till now, she's been more aggressive, looking for her own shot and finding her own shot. And it's good to see, because there's moments where it's like, they're on me, they're on JJ, they're on Sav, and if Leo has like a glimpse of daylight, she needs to take advantage of it.
Leo, she is by and large the most efficient scorer right now in the WNBA by players that take at least 5 shots per game. She's also one of your guys' best defenders.
Yeah.
Do you feel like she's kind of like an underrated role player in the league?
Probably. She's not underrated on our team, but Leo's just incredible the way that she impacts both ends. She's a 2-way player, and more than a 3-and-D player, because she plays basketball the right way and finds her teammates and knows what shot to take where.
There you go.
What did you feel like happened to the defense throughout this game? I mean, in the first quarter, you'll give up 27 points, but then you all sort of settled down. What changes did you make?
Yeah, I think we kind of guarded the guard-to-guard actions better. Basically, anything off-ball, we played that a little bit better. When they went downhill or when they went ISO, we contested the shot and didn't have multiple people sucking into the paint. And just being a little bit smarter, They moved the ball really well. So it's like if you let them just like zing it all over the place, it's going to be a long night for you and a long night for us. And we got up and got in them a little bit more.
This may be the wrong person to ask, but with Sabrina, this game it felt like they were a little softer. Maybe some of that is because JJ's back and playing. Why do you think, as I guess an outside observer, like JJ's presence as a screener might make a team want to trap less, play up the floor a little bit less against Sabrina?
Yeah, I think just having JJ back gives another versatile option. You know what I mean? Like she sets a screen, she might get the help side defense to come in, and then there's going to be a spray on the backside. So just having that versatility makes things a lot harder. because they have to kind of pick their poison a little bit.
Speaking of JJ, that 0.1 second shot, that third quarter buzzer beater, she was saying someone told her to shoot on there, so you described that whole moment there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think she was going to get it off, but I'm happy that she kind of noticed it, and it was a tough shot, but we're just happy to have JJ back.
Breanna, considering what transpired in Golden State today, what do you want to say to Kayla Thornton?
Yeah, I mean, I texted her. I think that just really thinking of KT. It's tough to see her go out with a season-ending injury, especially after all the success that she's been having. But small thing to a giant, like there's gonna be adversity across seasons and careers, and it's kind of about how you push through and what you make for afterwards.
Do you guys watch the playoffs, like standings at all as the season comes closer, or you don't really pay attention?
No, I mean, honestly, before the All-Star break, I didn't even know what our record was. I don't know. It's too many games to count. But all we need to know is we need to win.
When you go against a player like AT, usage is always high, stuff is actually always, I guess, dealing with her through 4 quarters, what's the goal?
The goal is to make her take those, free throw jumpers. She made a few tonight, but really making her shoot more than pass, because it's hard to kind of get your shot up off over length, and just put her in as many actions defensively to get her tired. She's an engine.
A few more?
Stewie, there were moments obviously when Sandy called timeouts. Obviously, I guess in the beginning of the first quarter, you all were down 7-0, or maybe it was 10-0. 8-0, and then in the third, it was a bit of a tough start. I guess what I'm just curious about is when she takes those timeouts, how as a coach is she able to settle everyone? What does sort of that feel like when you're in a timeout with Sandy?
Yeah, I mean, I think this team is not in panic mode, especially when it's less than 2 minutes in the game and we're down 8-0. That's nothing. We just kind of need to get a good play to get us going, and I think that's what Sandy really sets us up well with. And then to start the third, we know that it just seemed like both sides were just shooting threes, and if we had that style of play, it's kind of defeating the purpose of what we had done in the first half, getting into the paint, getting into the free throw line. So just needed to be a little bit more aggressive.
What's wrong with you? You shared with me in training camp, the most non-basketball activity that you became elite at was pottery.
See?
I saw yesterday you got the chance to take the team out.
Yeah.
Could you just speak about that experience? How happy were you to have a Thursday off to get to do the class?
Yeah.
And who impressed you the most?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Art Shack for hosting us. But it was really cool to do pottery. It's something that's different. And who impressed me the most? Marine. She made this bowl that has like waves in it. And Camilla helped me make a vase. Now we got out of the painting class.
Sorry to cut you off. Early in the game, they were attacking Sabrina on defense.
Yeah.
Obviously, she drew Natasha back, which is tough, but then DB was trying to post her up too. To see how she responds on offense with 29 points on over 50% shooting, what does that just say about her sticking in the game?
Okay. Just cancel my back-to-back, all right? Cancel the game tomorrow. I'll be in there. Yeah, I mean, I think that especially in the first quarter, they were attacking Sab and Marine defensively, and I think it motivated her. She worked a little bit harder defensively, and offensively took what they gave her. She was open on a lot of threes, was able to get downhill, and just made the right play.
Well, first of all, I recommend that you watch the Ellie performance. It is very special.
Oh, you lying.
I'm not lying.
Was Lady Gaga here tonight?
No.
Unacceptable.
That becomes a thing.
Please, Lady Gaga, we love you
New
here.
York at the end of August and into September.
It sounds like a Liberty game is on her schedule, maybe.
I hope.
That was a good wing, too. Put that on there.
But speaking of pride, there's this running joke on the internet about
Sabrina is our power straight.
Correct.
Yes.
So I guess what I want to
Sabrina and all her gays, yes.
So
we have more straight people on our team.
I guess, how do you think she has embraced this role, and how would you define it? Like,
It's
what's
like we're almost like her girl group, like her background dancers, you know, like Sab's like the power straight in the front, and then we're just all in the back like, hey, don't with Sabrina. Hey, we'll you up. Hey, you feel me? Yeah, so Sabrina and her power is our power straight and her gaze, yeah. We love it.
what is it? I guess, how much would you say? No, I'm serious about this.
Sab is an ally. All the straights that we have on our team are an ally. Yes, you hear her? This is our power straight. Yes, you want to do scrums together? No. We love an ally. She said no to y'all. It was to y'all, not to me. You feel me? But no, this is a really cool night for everybody. It's a night that I feel like our league does a really good job, but the Liberty especially, we do a good job of making everyone feel inclusive here. Everyone feels seen and heard and loved and valued and appreciated for who they are and what they are. That is across the board, and especially in our locker room, it's a really safe space for all of us to just be whoever we are and be embraced. And so that culture always translates onto the court. And so I know I made like a joke out of it, but it's really cool to walk into a locker room and feel safe to just be yourself, whether that's straight, gay, bi, trans, whatever it may be. Like, you are welcome here with the Liberty Bibberty.
Speaking of a good job, your team defense against this Mercury team where you wanted to get that get back, but you being
defense, huh? Oh, good in that second half, huh? It was. I like that.
Talk about that specifically. Also, Kennedy Burke with the switchability. I mean, all y'all play the top defense, but with her against AT and Satsu like that.
Yeah, I think our defense. Listen, I think we have everything we need in this locker room, and I think the second half tonight proves that when we play defense and we run our lanes hard, we're a different team, and we're a team that a lot of people won't be able to match up with, especially on the defensive end. We're just continuously, our roster gets bigger, which allows us to switch and present different defenses, but aggressive defenses, and I think that's what kind of helped us in the second half. Disrupted them was being able to switch 1 through 4, do it aggressively, get our hands, and tips, deflections. I think we had over 20 deflections tonight, which is like very, that's intentional with us. Trying to get 3 stops in a row is intentional for the second half of the season, so I'm really proud of us tonight.
Natasha, over the past 2 seasons, this team is 20-2 when Leonie Fiebich tries at least 6 shots from the field. So
how many she shot tonight?
6, I believe.
Okay,
exactly.
add it to the W.
Oh yeah, I already did. But on that note, what can you say about the way she has shattered her offensive shell and really come into her own from the field at this point?
Man, Leo is such a selfless player. She just wants to help the team in whatever facet she can. If that is guarding 90 feet from the basket and pressing up full court, that's what she does. So I think that from what I've felt coming in this year, they got on her ass a little bit because she is such a prominent scorer on the other end of the floor too. It just instilling that confidence in her, telling her to shoot the shit or we're going to get mad at her. But obviously her numbers are ridiculous. Half of the players in our locker room, their numbers from the three-point line especially are like top of the league. And Leo is one of them. That's leading the league in percentage. So we want Leo to be aggressive. She's a big guard. People don't realize Leo is actually big as hell. Like, she's 6'4", and that's a solid height for a guard player. So she just presents just mismatches and a nightmare on both ends of the floor. So we just want her to continue to be Leo.
Hope all is well with you. I want to know, how was it? Thank you, I appreciate that. I wanted to know, how was it going to see your billboard the other day? And real quick, talk to me about the pottery classes yesterday, because it looked like a lot of fun, that chat.
I love pottery. Going to see the billboard was really cool for me. I know it doesn't matter if I played 10 years or not. I'm still a mid-major kid that is an underdog, second-round draft pick, so moments like that are really cool for me. Being able to call my parents and show them real time was a really cool moment for me as well. Obviously, me and Izzy kind of went and saw it together, which is cool for our family. But it's just a really cool accolade, especially in the city of New York, where I feel like I'm just really fitting in and has welcomed me, accepted me for everything that I am. So it was an appreciative moment, a gratitude moment for all of God's favor in my life and career. And then pottery is, I think during like the craziness of a season, to really just be able to sit back and like take yourself out of this type of environment and put yourself into something creative, something to do with your hands, something mundane and just like very intentional and therapeutic. I think it was really cool for Stewie to set that up. We've been asking her to set up the pottery class for a few weeks now. And clearly from like my video and my Instagram, me and Stewie was locked in. I think that me, Stewie, MJ, and KB had some of the best pottery in there, and not a knock to nobody else, but we made some good pieces. But yeah, it's just really nice to tap into my creative. I'm a Pisces too, so I love things like that.
I wouldn't say that this was like had the stakes of a playoff game by any means, but a win.
Felt like it though, didn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But a win meant more than a regular win, just because there was playoff tiebreaker stakes to some degree, and then Mercury said that this would be a measuring stick for them because they finally are at full strength. You guys are also at full strength.
Yeah.
So JJ wanted to send the message to them what it was like to play the Liberty at full strength. So I guess how would you encompass the feeling of tonight's game?
Yeah, I think Phoenix had our number the first 2 times we played them. Obviously, we're down players on our roster, but that's never an excuse because we still have what we needed in our locker room. I think for us, we were disappointed in how we played those 2 games, especially with our effort. So tonight was very just intentional with we almost have a healthy roster because Nini is still working her way back, but we are right there. We got our prominent big and rim protector back. We got Leo back, one of our best perimeter defenders. So we present different tonight too. So I guess it was a measuring stick to see how they match up against us. And I don't know too many teams that can match up against us when we're playing both ends of the floor. And then you're talking about adding Emma Miesemann in August. We're just going to continuously get better, but we're focused on Liberty basketball. This game was a big statement game for us because they got our number twice there, and we have them 2 more times. So to even out the series is very intentional for us, and this was the first game to do that.
How was your perception on Leo changed from playing her last year as an opponent to this year her being like a teammate?
Leo was annoying as hell to me last year as a defender, so I was irritated as playing against her. And now being on her team, I felt Leo's presence missed the minute that she left for that tournament as a defender. As like a 1-2 punch, I was struggling because she just presents such versatility on the wing. And then you talk about what she means to us offensively. She just does all the little things. She does the things that are always right. She's so consistent. You know what you're going to get from her every single night. So I'm just really happy to have her back. I'm happy that she's flourishing and really just like owning her greatness right now.
Speaking of little things, yeah, probably.
All right. Thank you. I know my baby.
Speaking of the little things, Marine doesn't have many shots, but it just seemed like when she was on.
Great defense. She played great defense tonight, pressed up on their point guards. They killed us at one point with that little action with AT setting a screen on the point guard coming over, and we really didn't have an answer to it until Marine came in and she just really started fighting over and we started mucking shit up. So Marine's going to get her shots. We're going to continue to look for her, but it's always good to put players outside of their boxes, and Marine's typically only known as a shooter. She's not. She's an all-around player, and so I'm glad that she gets to display different parts of her game on different nights.
Is that a big growth point for her, do you think?
For sure. I think Marine is. I always said that she's one of my favorite players. She's just fluid. She's nasty. I even sent her a clip from the national team when she was 17, crossing up Maya the other day. I'm like, bro, you're crazy. So just instilling that confidence into her, because Marine is her toughest critic, and that's what makes her great, and it's what makes her elite. But when you have a teammate like that, you just want to keep instilling confidence into her.
You third foul, about 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Usually that gets a player to the bench, but Sandy didn't move to sub you.
I saw them tell her, and I was like, I'm good. I won't get another foul, I promise. But yeah, I appreciate Coach Sandy for trusting me in that instance. I feel like at that point we were making our run, and we were getting some things done on the defensive end. And for me, I understand how to play with 2 fouls, trying to back off a little bit there to finish the game. But yeah, I appreciate the trust there. I didn't think that at least 2 of my fouls were fouls, but hey, we just got to kind of go with it and go from there. But I do appreciate the rest were very conversational tonight, and we like that. I'll take that any day. If I get fined for saying bad stuff, do I get like bonuses for saying good stuff? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Okay.
Tosh, you guys have played around about half of the games this season without JJ. What can you say to her immediate impact having her back these last 2 games?
Double queen. We thank you for working your ass off to get back. We missed her, man. We missed her from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, from a rebound standpoint, and just from like a leadership standpoint. So these last 2 games we present as a different team because of her presence inside. And that inside-outside game is what really makes this dynamic. Obviously, her and Sab in that ball screen action down the stretch was really good for us tonight. So she's just a versatile player. You got a big that can play back to the basket but extend to the free throw line, and then even out to the 3. That's just a special player to me. And then obviously y'all saw her swatting shit tonight. That's just good to have our rim protector back, man.